Well, good evening. Good evening. How are we all? We're back. It doesn't seem like it's been a week. It doesn't seem like it's been a week since we had our Laguna Seca rookies first race of season 12. Amazing as always. We are live. We are live on TikTok. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're live everywhere. We're dominating the world here at Toga. So welcome aboard. If you are on YouTube, please consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything, helps us. Hit that the like button, and you can become a member of the YouTube family. If you're on Twitch, please consider giving us a follow, and if you do have a Amazon Prime account, you do get one free sub per month, which would be greatly appreciated. If you're on TikTok, you can throw sheep and roses and all that kind of stuff. How old do I sound? But yes, we love you all, regardless of what platform you're on. There's no judgment. We are live tonight, and we are at Zolder, the beautiful, beautiful Zolder, which is an amazing circuit. I think this is going to be a tricky one because there's a lot of lumps and bumps and the chicanes of death as well. Don't forget that. So let's see how we get on tonight. We have got another 4 minutes before. I don't know if they're doing a driver briefing tonight. I don't believe they are. I'm just having a double check to see. Nope.
That doesn't affect the carnage.
It doesn't affect the carnage. You'll hear the beautiful dulcet tones of our very newest member of the commentary team. So I would like you to introduce all of yous in the world to Rio.
Well, yeah, I'm Rio, and I like to make racing sound interesting. That's basically, what I'm trying to do here. As much as these guys here have done a very good job so far, I'm hoping I can apply, a bit more oomph to it and make it a bit more exciting.
Absolutely. Now, let me know in the comments how the video is looking and sounding. Can you hear Rio okay? And I've got a very funny feeling that the restream isn't working properly, so let me just log on. Anyway, yes, so I'm going to tell you how eager this guy is. 5 o'clock today, he had an interview with myself and Hayden for a commentator's job. Fast forward 2.5 hours, and the guy is behind the microphone on your beautiful screens.
Yeah, I may or may have not mugged off revising for my exams to go on an interview. But, no, yeah, I got an hour in.
That's good. You need a break, so
Exactly.
This can always be the break. Yeah, so Restream, Hayden, I don't know if you're listening, Restream chat is still as broken as it was previously. Right. Anyway, so this is race 2, and I actually do have a very quick rundown of the top 10 of the standings so far that we have. Bear with me a second. So, the amazing thing is, I didn't actually add it to OBS, which is amazing. So, bear with me a second, talk amongst yourselves, and we'll get this show on the road. So, rookies. The rookie standings, let me just align that for those that have a bit of OCD and like things to be in the centre of screen, which is me. I don't know about you, Rio.
Yeah, 100%.
Good man. I like people that like things in organised forms.
You can't see my screen right now, but you can see that since I don't have a monitor, everything is neatly in a corner.
Love it. Love your work.
Perfectly good.
So rookie standings, MP1. Now bear in mind, I am going to say this again. I am calling out Martin Varga. He absolutely dominated the rookies classification last week. He is in first place with 55 points. We've then got Costa van Hoff in P2 with 49 points. We've got Dave Bouts in P3 with 44. Aidan Furby with 40. Thomas Stanek in 5th place with 34 points. Matthias Gorecki, hopefully I've said that reasonably correct, in P6 with 31 points. Nick Liucci in P7 with 28 points, Lorenzo Cortini in P8 with 25 points, Ali Delekman in P9 with 23 points, and our very own amazing Mr. Kevin Pikiri in P10 with 21 points. Right, give me a second to juggle this about, and we will have the amateurs up next. Right, so we've got Faith Kaya, who absolutely stormed off. Like, he left everyone for dust. An amazing drive, faultless drive from Kaya to put him into the first place in the standings, 55 points. Within P2, we've got Raf Vignan. He's 49 points. P3, you've got Gabriel Schmidt with the 44 points for P3. P4, we've got Roy Rainier with 40 points. Our very own Mr. Pocket, Matt Picorni in P5 with 37 points. Then at P6, we've got Jasper Wiesenberg with 34. Josh Wood for CRF in P7 with 31 points. P8, Tristan Dobson with 28 points. Our very own Mank, good evening Mank, hope you're doing well. In P9 with 25 points, and P10 is Ibrahim FF Bass with 23 points. Someone might have thought I timed that perfectly for the start of qualifying.
No, I just heard that there. The call was almost in sync.
It was. I wish it was.
It was as if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, first time streamer. That's what I always say. Yeah, I mean, tonight, like, what I will say is Rio is coming from many different motorsport categories. Okay, yeah. So he probably knows as much as I do, to be fair. Which, whether that says as much or not,
I don't know if that's a lot.
But is there a particular car, if you were to jump into ACC right now, is there a particular car you would go for?
So personally, I would go for the Porsche. I think it grips quite well in the corners, and I'm able to really get it slowed down. One thing I do find though is that at the high speed sections, it does become a little bit understeery if you don't have the setup right. You really do need to get that front tuned in so you can get around those corners as best as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. That is quite a tough car. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I only raced a Porsche for a while, and it was like trying to fight a great white shark and a grey silverback gorilla all at the same time.
Yeah.
But no, that's a good choice. So Josh Wood is first to set a lap. He's just on his flying lap now. And Rio was just commenting on some of the liveries and some of the amazing things that he's seen so far. So just for all the livery designers out there, I cannot even imagine the pain that you guys, you people go through.
Oh, it must take absolutely like ages to do. The stuff that you're going to be seeing here tonight is definitely the best that you'll see on this simulator.
Absolutely. And Rio obviously wasn't here for race 1, so I'm not even going to ask the most ridiculous question. But for me, I think, is Kaya even in the server tonight? He's not. At the moment, Kaya is not here to take part. Maybe something in real life's unfortunately taking precedence over that. Yeah, so that opens the door for Josh Wood, Martin Varga, Wiesenberg, Kahn, a lot of people who could really take this over. And Rio, you might actually see there's a Jag and a Bentley racing as well.
Oh really? Whereabouts are they? I've seen there's an Aston back there, P11.
Yeah.
Where?
P16 at the moment. Mank is in the
And
Bentley.
The Jag, yeah, Davies.
Yep.
That's one of our Brits there. Now, I'm going to try not to be biased towards the British, but it's a fairly European-dominated grid here, so it's going to be quite tough not to. But I'll see what I can do.
Exactly.
So yeah, we have Ethan Davies back there for the Jag. I think it's the only Jag on the grid. It appears to be.
He is the only clinically insane person to try driving that thing.
I
It
have
really
no
is.
idea why you do that, but fair play to you, mate, if you can get that around the track in one piece.
Exactly, and make it competitive would be even better. So we've got
Oh,
six over the line so far. Josh Wood fastest with a 129.150. He's fastest in Sector 1 and 2. However, Sector 3 is Mr. Wiesenberg. So
nice one.
interesting.
That was good pronunciation there. I could hear that you struggle a bit there in the voice, though.
I know. Do you know what? I couldn't count the lines enough.
No, yeah, there's too many E's and stuff on this. Like,
Oh man, I don't know how Martin Brundle does it and make it sound as if
no, he just it just rolls off the tongue.
it
I think he
does.
just sits there in his room for like half an hour just practicing the lines. Wow, have you seen that there? Joshua Wood and Raf Vizhnen
Wow.
have set exactly the same lap time
Oh my
with
goodness.
Raf faster in Sector 1 and Sector 3, sorry. With Wood, though, taking... Oh, but there's Josh Wood setting an even faster lap time. Almost a whole tenth there. That
That
was...
is close.
yeah. A 1 minute 29.002. Almost dipping into the 28s.
I'm just having a
Wow.
look because it looks like Wiesenberg and Van Hoff are well, Van Hoff just popped himself into P4 and then immediately got spanked down to P5. But he had a stonking 6/10 up. As we're looking further down the field, we've got Everard, who must have been an invalid lap. He was 2 seconds faster.
Oh, sorry. Horkov has just taken second position so far in the timings. He is in the Ferrari there. He is the fastest rookie so far out on track. He's done a 1:29.1.
Wow.
Faster than one of the amateurs there. That is very impressive by him. Next up, though, in the rookies is Max Stratton. He's in the pits right now. I think he's getting his setup right, or he must be talking with maybe his team, if he's got one behind him. That's another thing tonight as well. There's a lot of teams out here, a lot of esports, and we know of obviously the Toga esport drivers out there. But can you tell me a bit more about the teams?
Yeah, so we've obviously got CRF, who are a large sim racing community as well. Ethan, good evening. Did you hear your name getting mentioned? So Ethan and Josh, I think, is Martin Varga not also CRF? A huge supporter. We have done joint things in the past when it comes to endurance and charities and things like that. So that's a one big team to look out for. I know that they support the drivers very well. Just gonna have a look. I don't know if Matt Pacorni is racing in the Toga Academy livery tonight for the BMW. So again, us at Toga, we have an academy car which does the esports endurance races. We have the esports team themselves who also do the same, but we also have an academy. If you want to get faster, if you want to get faster at a certain car on a certain track, please join us on Discord and you can join the academy. There's no issues at all. So I
Well,
wish.
just to say as well,
Uh
sorry, but Jasper Wiesenberg, said it there, rolls off the tongue just about,
It
has
does.
now dipped into the 128s. So
Wow.
he has done a 1:28.9, the amateur car there, number 33 in the Porsche. That is a fast lap there. He's fastest driver on track at the minute. Horkov is still the fastest amateur though.
And
Rookie, sorry.
and he's actually only fastest in Sector 3.
Yes, I've just noticed that.
Yeah.
It seems to be Schmidt, Wood, and Wiesenberg. That was really hard to. Take appreciation there for my pronunciation. That was just like almost seamless.
It's sometimes I wonder if someone has taken a Scrabble board and just thrown all the letters up in the air.
It honestly seems like that. But here goes Martin Varga in the 28.90.
Wow,
Wow, 500th faster than Wiesenberg.
that is
Now,
incredible.
that is literally nothing as well. That is practically a bumper.
Exactly.
That
So,
is.
so the CRF boys, we've got Josh Wood and Gabriel Schmidt in the top 5 at the moment. So good good showing from the CRF boys so far. Having a look further down, I would say Mr. Ozduru is 5 tenths up at the moment. Might pop him into the top 20.
Wow. My days. I'm trying to click all the buttons on my keyboard to see what like. I'm clicking F2 to try and get to the timing, and then it's like I went too far. It's certainly been a while, that is for sure.
Absolutely.
So I'm on board right now with Josh Wood, and he's absolutely sending it into turn 1 here, picking up that front grip, only just kissing the curb and using all that runoff on the exit. He is one with that car tonight. I think he's going to be looking to be a... Oh, there's Schmidt! Schmidt's gone fastest, 128.6, 3 tenths faster than Varga. But surprisingly, yet again, he's only fastest in one sector.
That is incredible. Varga still has the fastest sector 3, and Josh Wood still has the fastest sector 2. This is going to be really close, Rio.
It's going to be a very good race tonight, I think, between the top 5. I think that top 5... You know what? Vizhnen he's there in P6. Raf is there, P6. All of them now are in the low 29s, and now Schmidt has just proven that you can go the mid 28s. Yep. It's definitely going to be a tight grid up at the front. It's anyone's so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's anyone's.
Reese, apologies, I didn't see your resub on Twitch because Restream is terrible. But thank you very much for your Prime subscribe. Yes, we do have the beautiful dulcet tones of a new commentator. And let me just arrange these 300 windows I've got so I can see all of the chats that we've got going on all at once. But yeah, so, I mean, Laguna last week was close amongst most, but Kaya just drove off. He was in the distance. I think up to P6 was lapped by P1, so that will tell you the kind of speed that he was carrying. So we do have a cut-off time for the amateurs and for rookies. I am going to jump on and find out exactly what those times are, and they are specific for each track as well. So,
Sorry, I just want to say as well, Milan Schruer, that is definitely not how you say his name, but that's how I'm going to say it tonight, has now also gotten to the 28.6s. That's 2 drivers now. Funny enough, though, there's no one in between that. It literally goes Martin Varga, that Hungarian, in the Porsche, and then straight into the 28.69, and then it's the 28.65 of Vizhnen. That is something. Vizhnen's just gone faster by a tenth.
It has.
That's a 128.5. Wow.
Absolutely amazing. And can we also say BMW, McLaren, Ferrari,
oh, one of the Ferraris has gone off then. Need to find out who that was. Oh, I was about to say that. It's easier to do when you've got a smaller grid. Not when you've got 30 plus drivers. I'm used to close contact and close quarter parts racing.
Yes.
Not this.
It's
a lot easier to see everything.
Mank, I'm lower. Okay, bear with me a second, and I'll quickly give you the times. So for rookies, we are looking for a 1:30 or greater, up to 104% of the time. And for the AMs, we have got 129.5 to 130.3. So definitely some very, very fast drivers out there. Good evening, Mank. I'll turn myself up in a second. And Davide, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Yes, it is a new voice. We have a new commentator who had basically interviewed about 2 hours ago, and straight into the commentary.
Less, yeah. No, about 2 hours now, yeah.
Right, let me just do this. Right, hopefully I'm not going to blow your eardrums off, but let me know how the voices are and how the game is as well. You guys are always better at telling me than what I am trying to judge it myself. We have the end of qualifying. Now, do I do
Vision
some... do I do something terrible and ask Rio to read out the grid? Or
Oh, you could do that to me. It'd be a tongue twister. I'd be happy to, but
right.
I'm gonna absolutely destroy these names.
Okay, well, what we do is we do a kind of Martin Brundle grid walk without all the drama. So
You won't have
once,
people ignoring us.
yeah, exactly, or people try and push us out the way, or things like that. So once the grid lines up, I'll go from back to front with the camera and the camera crew and security and all that. If you want to kind of start from the back and go forward as well.
Yeah, at the very back, can do that. Only problem is I cannot see the full driver names. For some reason.
Is that on race control?
Yes.
Right.
Just unable to see the first name.
See if you double click on race control on the name, the last driver, Cousins, it will obviously tell you in the bottom right as Pierre Cousin.
Yeah.
So that's all I do is click on each one and then it'll tell you in the bottom right.
Right, I'll do that then.
Right, I am good to
Bear
go.
with us, folks. Hang on. That's settings. That's not the type of thing I want.
Epi Collie dude, thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch. Much appreciated. Ethan, good luck for the race tonight. Both doing well, Davida. How are you doing? Have you got any exams coming up, or are you in the middle of doing them?
Strange. It's not working.
Oh, is it not? Right, okay, don't worry about it. Pierre Cousin, P34. We then have Molands, P33 in the McLaren. Mr. Stanek in the Beach Dean Aston Martin. We've got Everard in the 451 McLaren. I'm going to run out of time. 9 quarter in the 296, who has a 5-second penalty. We have the beautiful coloured Aston Martin of Powell and Ferreira down in P28. We've got Bass in the beautiful Porsche. And then we've got a couple of McLarens. We've got the DMF crew for the McLarens, which is Casa Santa. Wow, that was easy to say.
That was gotcha.
Bortolami in P25. We've then got Davida, you're going to have to teach me Italian. I can't even find him in the thing. Baioccio. Can, I can say that one. Luigi in 22nd. We've got Greco P21. Hussein P20. Morton Evans in P19. We've then got Ethan Davis in P18. Cortini is in P17. La Roca in P16.
From 15.
We've got, on you go.
Emre Ozduru, that is the Turkish flag there, the Turkish driver. I think he's only one of the Turkish driver on the grids. That's number 343, one of the rookie drivers. Then we've got Paul Mancunian, the British in Team Parker Racing. He's running the Bentley tonight. But ahead of him in P number 13, that's Mehdi Sakot, Matt Sadok, I think that is, in the Lamborghini 299. He is on the amateur. It's Matt Porcani, followed by Roy Reina. He is the Hungarian driver, followed then. We're getting into the top 10 now. It's Mitch Stratton, 419, followed by Costa Van Hoff, who is, as you can tell, sort of from the last name, very Dutch indeed. P8 is Nikolay Horkov, number 100. He is the rookie driver. P7 is Jasper Wiesenberg. Wiesenberg looking strong in qualifying. Let's see how we'll do today. Josh Wood is P6, followed by Milan Schruer. Jack Vetke. Third position is Gabriel Schmidt. Second is Martin Varga. And P1 on pole position here. It's the amateur driver Raf Viznen, the Hungarian.
Beautiful, beautifully done. You've got a fan on Twitch. I think it's Epic Hollywood or Epic Hollywood.
Yes,
so he wants a through goes Hamilton.
Okay. You want me to?
Well, that's what he wants,
Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff.
Beautiful. I felt
That's
like
what
I
you'll
was
get
there.
now, Ollie. If you tune in, you may get it later. We'll see with the racing.
Indeed. And we have got them lined up. Now, P1 has 10 seconds. 10 seconds is a long time here. So let me go
I saw that, and I think that's the Sadok back there.
Yep,
That's
P13.
Mady Sadok. He's P13. 5-second penalty. What was that for?
So
Was that for rolling off the grids too early, or?
I just sent you a link to the penalty outcomes on Discord. And we're off. What a start from the Porsche. Varga has absolutely caught Vignon sleeping as he tries to go round outside. Oh, side by side. It looks like Vignon is going to have this for turn 2. Oh, does he now? Does he? The BMW coming back, but definitely not going to try and take each other out as we start.
Schmidt here as well, 3rd position. That McLaren is looking very feisty indeed. And it's definitely just going to be, a bit of snatching the front end as Vetka makes his way up into P3. Varga, meanwhile, still leads. And it's looking to be a very close grid so far. Vizhnen is still in 2nd, though.
Oh, 2 cars trying to go side by side through. That does not work in these chicanes at all. You need to be pinpoint accurate, like threading a needle at 100 miles per hour. But the McLaren makes it work as we're following through. Schmidt down in the battles at the moment. But let's see what happens. Black Angel, thank you very much for the follow. And Rose Gaming as well. Thank you very much for that. I'm confused with what's going on in the chat. Anyway, back to the racing. What a start from Varga.
Honestly, Varga absolutely, immediately as soon as that green flag dropped, he was on it and he knew what he was doing. He's got that gap now to Vizhnen, and he's looking on good form, and he's started to pull a bit of a gap to that BMW.
Yep.
The McLaren is looking a bit feisty of Vetka. But Schroer is all over the back of him. It's a train so far. Oh, as we see Wiesenberg going a bit wide there into turn 1. Schmidt looking to take that there. Very close contact. Almost it anyway. Looked like it for a split second, but they managed to keep it clean. Almost going to be 3 wide. Horkov's looking to see who he can pick off. Schmidt is going around the outside. Can he take the move?
What a brave move from Schmidt. I would never have done that outside of the corner.
He kept it in. He's got the inside now for the chicane as well. And he gets the move done. That was a lovely move by Gabriel Schmidt, the German driver, number 5.
Yep. And definitely. I actually voted him driver of the day last week. Talking about driver of the day, get your votes in, exclamation vote, space, and then the car number. So exclamation vote, space 5. If you're Schmidt, if you're on YouTube or Twitch, those are the only 2 voting. You only get 1 vote per channel, but if you have 2 accounts, you've got 1 on Twitch, 1 on YouTube, you can vote on each platform. I managed to do that. So the penalties: 5 seconds for car 807 for impeding blocking, 5 seconds for car 299 for minor contact, 5 seconds for car 91 for impeding blocking, and 10 seconds for car 211 for overtaking during qualifying.
Right. That's just silly little rookie mistakes there. But I mean, I guess it is Rookie Wednesdays, so it's bound to happen.
I think it's to prove a point. I think these rules are written down and explained during driver briefing in the first race, so there's really no excuse for it. Oh, Mr. Pocket has just taken P9. Matt Corney has passed the Lamborghini 419.
I didn't see where he did that, but it must have been a good move if he made it before that right-hander.
Yep, he absolutely did. He made it stick, so great drive. And of course, the BMW is very, very good at riding the curbs in any track. So Matt has got himself up into the top 10 as we speak. Milan
Schroer in that top 4 pack now is just starting to drift away from Schmidt and the rest of the field. It seems that Ferrari is all over the back of the McLaren. I think it's just a amount of time before he overtakes Vetka. It's looking to be really close between them. then again, though, Vizhnen in that BMW, it's all over the back of that Porsche.
He absolutely, he's got an amazing drive out onto the start finish, but that Porsche just enough torque to keep it ahead enough going into turn 1, unless there's some crazy dive, but I don't think either driver are likely to be accused of that.
No, well, it's a 2.5 second gap now from Schmidt to Schreuer, and it is looking to increase by the lap. We saw it in qualifying, you know. Vetko was one of the faster drivers, and so was that top four. I mean, Varga is absolutely on it today from practice into quali, and you know, he's definitely looking to be potentially the winner for today.
Absolutely. I'm just watching the battle down in P14. We've got Mank, who has just been passed by Morton Evans for P14. Looks like Mank's got a McLaren, a very red, angry McLaren, on his back bumper again. Mank trying to take things easily so they don't take each other out, but I think he's going to compromise himself for that P15 position he's now got.
Yes, boy, I'm just trying to see if there's any action at the back. Doesn't seem to be too much. I think I just saw Paul Mancunian, the Brit, 808 in that Bentley. I think he just took P15 from Emre Ozduru, that Turkish driver. We saw him, we spoke briefly about him on the warm-up lap. He's the only, as far as I'm aware, the only one from Turkey on the grid, and he's making a stand here for the rookies in P16.
We're on board with Abbasi Hussein at the moment, who is in the Mustang, versus Bortolami, who is in the McLaren at the moment. The McLaren looks like it's able just to keep ahead of that Mustang enough that it's not going to cause an issue, but it does look like, as Rio said earlier, he might be another victim soon. But that Mustang doesn't seem this track is favoured for the Mustang. Oh, but lots of oversteer, as there was a bit too much of curbs taken by Bortolami there, as he's just on the edge of grip every corner at the moment.
Martin Varga has now gotten into the 28s. He's just done a 28.7. Vizhnen behind him in P2, all over the bumper there, that BMW. He hasn't gotten to the 28 yet, but he's narrowly 0.2 over. Vetke has now gotten a bit of a gap to catch up to Vizhnen. Vetke is in the middle of a Vizhnen and Schmidt sandwich, and it's basically lots of air. It's almost like a McDonald's. You think there's a lot. Oh, it's Vizhnen, looks for the move, decides not to go in. I thought he was going to go in there. He even tricked me.
I was just watching a replay. Schroer basically tumbled down to P14 after getting the first chicane all kinds of wrong. But you're absolutely right, that BMW looks hungry to get back to where it thought it should be, maybe. But I mean, that Porsche is going to be a bit of a handful. And don't forget, we do have one mandatory pit stop. We do have a 10-minute pit window, and it's mandatory for fuel and tyres. So
we do going... Schmidt, he's just done another 28.7.
He has.
That was his last lap, and that's the fastest lap of the race so far. That is a brilliant lap so far.
That's amazing. And race output as well. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Just looking at, whoa, they're side by side as they're coming down heavy on the brakes, tentatively into the
almost make contact there into the chicane. Vizhnen is all over the back, and he's definitely hungry for first place to lead the race there. Now we're forgetting though, yes, it is the whole race, but they're in separate categories. Vizhnen for the amateur, as far as I'm aware, I may be wrong, this is the first one here, but Vizhnen is leading the amateur race here. So it's basically who wants to win the overall event and leads the pack. So at the minute, Vizhnen is sort of fighting for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just kind of crowing rights, I think they would say in the UK, for it. But the Porsche just seems to be able to get it just so quickly off the mark. Obviously, as the fuel goes down, it's going to become a little bit more understeer, but certainly looks like at the moment Varga is not really breaking too much sweat as they're following each person round. Vignon obviously has that 10-second penalty, so he would need to try and get 10 seconds ahead of Varga for the pit stop to count as normal.
10 seconds in this type of racing is a big, it's a very big thing to ask. He's going to have to be absolutely on it, and I think he's going to have to be. Oh, but Vizhnen looks for the move. Coming into the chicane. Decides to tuck in once more. He just can't get alongside that Porsche. It seems that Porsche's got just the straight line advantage on the BMW.
And that was the last lap. That was the exact same place that he had a look. So I wonder if he can see a chink in Varga's armour and thinks he can just try and manipulate it in any way that he can.
Eventually, we see back there in P4, Schmidt has slightly caught up to Wiesenberg. The gap is still there, and he's nowhere near making a move. But I think in a couple more laps, if Schmidt carries on with his fast lap pace with the 28s, he'll be on it. I mean, his last lap there was a 28.8. That was the fastest lap of the... No, it wasn't. It was his fastest lap so far, though. It's a 29.1 there by Schmidt.
We've got a Lamborghini fighting with a BMW. They were side by side coming into the last chicane.
That's Renier looking for the inside now of Moreton Evans. Doesn't get it though. Has to tuck in once more. And looks for the outside. Can he go around the outside? No, he can't.
He's also got a very hungry Bentley in the shape of Mank behind him, so he'll need to watch what he does. Any mistake he makes could cost him 2 or 3 positions. La Rocca into the pits for the DMF racing team. Unfortunately, that's not going to count towards his pit stop. However, it's obviously damage that he needs to get repaired. Again,
so can you explain to the viewers out there why it won't count towards his pit stop?
Oh, was that contact? Oh, sorry. It looked like the BMW wasn't slowing as much as the...
I thought so as well.
Yeah, that Porsche basically became some kind of break for him. So mandatory pit stop, it will start 5 minutes before the halfway and continue till 5 minutes into the second part of the race. They do need to stop for tyres and fuel. Vignon will be 10 seconds up on the jacks without anyone touching him before his crew can actually get anything done.
Oh my, wow. Vetke takes the fastest lap. That's a 1:28.6.
What is going on? What is going on?
Why? It's as if he got the lap that he should have had in qualifying and he's done it here in the race.
That is amazing.
That's a absolutely stormer of a lap. And we're not even 10 minutes in.
I know.
This is wow. This is something. This is definitely going to be a race to remember, I think.
Absolutely. So that has what, three drivers already swapping with the fastest lap. So clearly on the march.
The top 4 drivers are already in the 28, and they're doing it consistently. I mean, Schmidt has just done a 1:28.6. That was his last lap. Vetke has done a 1:28.6. Vizhnen last lap was a 1:28.8, and so was Varga with the 0.8. You know what? I don't want to use my commentator curse here, but I have a feeling like Vetke and Schmidt may catch up to Vizhnen and Varga.
I think, yeah.
Potentially, if they keep on with this pace. I mean, you know, it's only... Oh, as I say that, Vizhnen does a 1:29.6.
Oh, and he's... Oh, that's
so yeah, that is not a great lap by him there. But I mean, I say it's not a great lap. It's faster than I could do, isn't it?
And that's why we commentate.
Yes, that is why we commentate for sure.
Oh, I've got...
So we can critique the driving and sit in our comfy seats.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a raft of penalties as we'll keep watching Vignon and Vetke as they go through the chicane. 10 seconds for car number 1 for a push to pass. We've got 5 seconds for car 55, which is dangerous driving. 5 seconds for car 23, push to pass, and like so for car treble 1 with 5 seconds. 10 seconds for car 23 for significant contact position gained, and another 10 seconds for car 23 for significant contact position gained. 5 seconds for car 69 moving under braking, slight contact. 5 seconds for car 17 push to pass. 10 seconds for car 29 unsafe rejoin. 5 seconds for car 23 not holding brakes, and 5 seconds for car 95 push to pass.
Wow, that is almost banger racing with all those contacts. That is something to hear. I mean, these guys definitely are using their bumpers, and hey, I mean, it's not getting them anywhere, and that shows it to everyone. Like, you know, you've got to race as much as you want to get past. You need to pick that time, and you need to get it done as clean as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And the key to any race, regardless of the length of time of the race, is consistency. At the end of the day, you need to be consistent and predictable, so that you don't put yourself into the position where you're invalid laps, or you're going to get strikes for cutting the track, etc. As we see a move further down, Aston Martin of Stanek taking off that McLaren, but it's not finished yet. Stanek now going defensive. McLaren all over the back bumper, flashing the lights and everything, but not going for a look into the final chicane.
I also just highlight that Vedke has caught up to Vizhnen. He's in almost touching distance, and he's starting to see the rear bumper of that BMW. Schmidt has still got the gap back there, but Vedke, he's doing consistent 28s. Schmidt is doing consistent 29s. So is Vizhnen, though. Vizhnen is doing consistent low 29s as well. So I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to curse it, but I have a feeling, and my feeling is that it's going to rumble. There's a rumble coming.
There is, absolutely is. And Vignon, although he's been the aggressor for the start of this race, he's now going to be the hunted. He's going to have to keep an eye on his mirrors as well as try to attack at the same time, and that is not an easy job for anyone.
Especially since they're both in the same class. I mean, Varga seems pretty chillaxed at the minute. I mean, you know, his next competitor is Van Hoff down in P8. That is, he's, I mean, what's the gap there to him?
A different postcode?
It's, yeah, like, he's gone. Varga's gone. Varga, I think, in my opinion, Varga should be running those silver plates.
And I do have to say,
the performance he's had is just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Schroer, who unfortunately was victim to the curbs of death, has managed to bring himself back to P12 so far.
Wow.
So he's doing an outstanding job, but definitely the last race in Laguna, I called Gabriel Schmidt for driver of the day. He just drove out of his skin, and you can now see this is going to be a four-way battle soon. Schmidt isn't that far behind. If the Porsche ends up being a just seen the tail end.
Vizhnen.
Oh, let's have a look at that again. That was horrible. I don't know what.
What even happened to him there?
He took too much curb in the back end of the BMW. Didn't appreciate it.
Flippin' heck.
Well done for saving that, but
that was very impressive.
He's now in the back bumper.
Wow.
He unfortunately, that's a harsh lesson to learn in the middle of a 1 hour race, but maybe that's going to play into his advantage a little bit, Rio. Maybe he can now put pressure on the McLaren, who's going to have to attack and defend at the same time.
Well, that's the thing as well. I mean, Vedke took advantage of there. He obviously got the move done and got past him there, but Vizhnen, he just needs to get his head down, I think. You know, he lost the position because of that silly little mistake, and Gabriel, he's managed to catch up a bit now to the train of cars, but here they go. Never mind. That was my eyes bugging there. I thought Vizhnen was making a move on him. No, yeah, so the top four drivers here, Gabriel Schmidt, they're all in the 128.6s, and they're doing consistent low 29s. I mean, jeez, Gabriel Schmidt's last lap there was a 128.8.
Yep.
That is stupidly fast stuff.
And it is, and we now see they've caught up with the. I would thought that
Back
was maybe
markers
the
there.
back markers. So this could play into the hands very nicely.
Philip Powell is about to get lapped there. Sure, he'll get shown the blue flag.
And we the rule here at Toga is 0.4 of a second or less. You get shown a blue flag. When it's safe to do so, move out the way or indicate and tell the car behind you that's faster what direction you're going.
Blue flag has been shown for the Rocker.
Yep, he's not going to get him here though. This is not helping Varga.
No, really not helping Varga.
Now he moves.
There you go. The Rocker lets him pass.
Now I think Vetk is going to get caught up now because they're coming into the tight part of the circuit. Might be able to get past him a little bit quicker, but he's got that BMW all over the back camera now.
If I was Varga now, I would just be thinking, you know, we've got a couple of back markers to get through. Hopefully they hold up. You know, Vetka and Visionen.
Oh, that was a last minute move there from Varga.
Very late lunge by Varga there. Going up Powell, I tensed up there. That was close.
Oh my goodness.
Were clenched, I will say.
I'm going to have to go to helicam. Oh no, there's contact. Oh, there's multiple contact. And that is, it looks like Vinyan's got past Vetka. Vetka had contact coming into the corner here. Let's have a closer look at this.
Coming in.
Ferrari turns in on him, and then
the Rocket turned in, and then Vinyan went up there.
Wow. So that will be looked at. There. That will be looked at by the stewards. It might be seen as a push to pass, but
the problem is it wasn't, you know, it wasn't Vinyan's fault there because he, you know,
exactly.
What I saw there was Vetka went in, the back marker turned in and didn't expect him there.
Yep.
A slight bit of contact, but that slight bit of contact meant that Vetka got pushed wide, and you know Vinyan just took advantage of that. And you know, if I was in Vinyan's shoes and I saw one of my rivals was opening like Moses in the Red Sea, you know, I would go through that gap any day.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
it's something. Oh, Vinyan took a lot of gravel there. That might have affected his exit. Varga now is just on a league of his own though.
I was just going to say, like, he's in almost a different sector of the track, and he's got a couple of back markers between him as well. So
yeah,
that's going to play into his hands. He surely.
And he's very consistent as well. He's getting these 29-second lap times. He's 28. He knows what he's doing here, and he's consuming his fuel, and he's being very wise with how he's. Oh, there's a car back there. That was one of the back markers into the barriers. Who was that?
The wrong way as well, by the looks of it.
That looked to be a Ferrari of some kind.
Was that Strohr, maybe? Strohr was
it may have been Strohr.
No, he's just coming on to it's a white and black McLaren, is it?
Is it Powell? No, it wasn't.
No, it's not as Duru either.
Strange.
That is strange. That must have been one of the.
Blue flag just shown. Yeah.
Oh, there's another. Is that a 296 off the track now?
What is everyone doing now? It's just seeming one person goes into the barriers and
everybody follows.
Yeah, follow the leader. They're starting a trend.
Exactly. An influencer, I think, is in this day and age. Schmidt now has a little bit of an issue as he's got oh no, that's a back marker, sorry, my eyes are playing up on me as well. Just a quick reminder,
Schmidt is right behind Vetka.
He is, yeah.
And then there's LaRocca there. I think LaRocca, there you go, being shown the blue flag. But he's not getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Is he? Staying there, apparently. Wow, that is
again, that will be looked at
interesting.
As well.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Straight. Oh. No. Vetka played that very cleverly there, got alongside him.
Goodness.
Schmidt was hungry for that overtake. Wow, that was close. He did not want to waste any time losing to Vetka. But Vinyan all over the back of that McLaren. that BMW has got pink on its mind.
I have to say that was sent from another postcode. If,
That
if,
was.
if anyone needs an example of a
Oh,
send,
Varga went off then.
that was one of them. Oh,
For a second, pretty sure anyway. From what I saw, let me have a little look. See what happened to him.
Vinian again. This seems to be Vinian's favourite part of the track.
Slightly outbreak itself.
So the middle chicane seems to be Vinian's attack plan
Yeah.
for most, but it didn't work this time as they continue down into the hairpin right. Having another little look, maybe just trying to put off the concentration, showing that huge BMW into the mirrors.
Yeah, well, you know, no one's yet got faster than a 1:28.645. That lap is set by your leader, Varga. That's Martin Varga, the Hungarian driver. His last lap, though, was a 1:31.2. He's definitely slowed down. There may have been from his small mistake there going into the chicane,
Yep.
where he took a little bit too much grass on the exit, I think.
And I would
Well,
have to say the back markers.
It is all a game now of who can get past these back markers as fast as possible.
Exactly. They're costing the top 4 or top 5 about 2 seconds a lap at the moment, considering what they were doing previously. So and it's this track isn't renowned for overtaking, but I think you're going to have to be brave and do a little bit of what Schmidt did and basically
Just stick the bumper in and hope for the best, really.
Exactly, just send it and hope. But McLaren, the back marker there, keeps out the way. Vinian not able to try another attack plan at his favourite spot this time. There's so many penalties, I'm not even going to read them out because I could be here all night just reading out the penalties. You can see them on the screen very quickly. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, !vote space and then the car number will get you a vote for driver of the day. And if they come on, we'll let them know that they got driver of the day.
So now it's Ibrahim Aifabas. Wow, I've no idea how I managed to say that.
That was smooth.
He had I know, right? Wow, that's like actually impressive. 22. All the cars from 33rd to 22nd have been lapped so far. Martin Varga is your fastest car on track at the minute. His last lap there was a 1:29.3. So even though he got held up slightly by the back marker, he still set a phenomenal lap. That is Jack Vetka. He hit a 1:30.6 there. 100ths, exactly 100ths away from Varga's fastest lap. That was Vetka's fastest lap.
Oh, there's side by side. Oh, wow, Vinian, last of the brave, I think
that was very, yeah, that was heroics there.
And that has actually cost Schmidt 2 positions.
Yeah.
I
didn't even realise Wiesenberger's going for it.
Vinian got all kinds of wrong going through into the chicane there. He's very, very fortunate to keep that.
Let's see what Wiesenberg's doing. I think he's going to go for a move soon. He's done. His fastest lap is a 1:29.0, which is nowhere near. He's 4/10 behind Vinian, Vetka, and Vargas. You know, but he's still with them. I mean, last lap he was only, he was faster by them by almost a second.
We've got pit window open, and I have to say, oh no!
What
is going on?
Vinian, that's a back marker.
It is a back marker, but he's literally forcing his way through. Oh no!
Oh my! What is happening?
Oh,
I have never seen this happen before.
This is all kinds of wrong. And this is what rookies is about. Somebody hasn't been practicing their pit entrances and has been a little bit dubious, been very, very slow. Vinian's come in and
absolutely sending it in because he's practicing like daily, I think, or weekly for sure.
So
he's got hours on this track.
Into the pits we've got Wiesenberg, Vinian, Schroer, Renier, Mancunian and Ozduru. And then a pile, we've got Khan, Kareki, Casasanta, Cortini, Everard, Bass, Frera, Ethan Davis. I think Ethan's maybe given up. I think he's been in the pits for a while now.
Potentially.
But that has released. Now, what's going to happen here? If you were Vetk behind Varga, Rio, would you go for an undercut if Varga doesn't pit this lap?
The thing is, right, is Varga is obviously one of the fastest drivers on the track. Now,
Yep.
if he pits, I mean, looking from his lap times, he's going to have to refuel soon. I think you can refuel. I'm using my my base racing knowledge here. So assuming you can refuel in the pits.
You can, yep. It's mandatory actually.
Okay, so there's manual and mandatory manual. Imagine that you get out of your car and run around. No, that'd be brilliant. That'd be like Le Mans. Anyway, back to talking about racing, not fueling. I can do that at any petrol station. Hockney has made it up in second, but oh, there you go. Schmidt has taken it into the pits. I think he's trying to undercut Varga, like you said.
Yeah, I think he is. Schroer has got a drive-through. I think, is that maybe speeding in the pits?
Potentially. That sounds right.
Yep, it's either that or it's track limits, but I think I'll be speeding in the pits. Schroer, I think, was into the pits anyway. We've got Josh Wood, Schmidt, Stratton and Vetka into the pits as well, so that's released Picorni. Mr. Pocket in P2. Take a bow, my son, take a bow. As we see the top three, I mean, Varga has actually got some back markers now, but I don't think he needs to sweat too much. I think he can just take it easy. He's now into the pits. Our race leader is now into the pits.
Varga going in now. See what he's doing. So Pockney will take the lead, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
That's if he comes around in time. And yeah, so Pockney will be leading, but I'm yet to presume that Pockney has not pitted yet, so he'll get overtaken.
Yep.
He will get overtaken. Varga is coming out of the pits now. He's timed this absolutely bang on.
Beautiful.
Van Hoff has taken it up into second position. He's now the leading car in the rookie class. The rookie class are the red background numbers. For anyone out there that do not know, the silver numbered cars are the amateur.
And if Reese, if you're watching at the moment, there's a Toga Academy car leading the race. He's out of position, but he's leading the race. Come on, Pocket. Amazing drive from Matt. We're getting some votes in now for Driver of the Day, which is amazing. This is your way of interacting with us, telling us who you think deserves Driver of the Day at the moment. Martin Varga has got 2 and Raf Vinian has got 1, so keep your votes coming in.
Oh, so Varga's coming out the pits now. He's just come out. But Vetka is coming around turn 1 now. It's only a corner that separates the two. What's the gap between the two there? Under it, just about 2 seconds, I think, between them.
Yep.
Is it? Yes, it is. For some reason, it says 60. That's odd. Okay, well, we're going to ignore that, and we're going to go off the proper timing.
No.
Oh my, what is happening?
Oh my god, is the pit lane cursed or something? What is going on tonight?
They want to munch that. They just want to munch all that side. That is, I mean, it looks pretty tasty, to be fair. The paint, you know,
that's absolutely. That's
maybe you should ask him when he comes back in. How did it taste? I mean, you look at that front on Pockney's front bumper of that BMW scratched up. Oh, if that was a real car, I would be crying.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be phoning your insurance and ask them just to write it off. Oh, I think.
Edkirk can now see Varga though, just slightly. He's in smelling distance. And he's probably thinking he's running a bit too rich.
Yep. And that's him. Well, that's him taking back P1 for Varga, and his closest competitor 5.1 seconds behind.
Yeah. Wow, Wiesenberg, that Porsche. I keep like thinking, oh, because obviously I don't have the liveries
Uh-huh.
downloaded, sadly. But every time I see it, every time I see the cars, I'm always thinking, oh, it's the such and such a color one,
Yeah.
when it probably isn't, and I don't want to sound like an absolute fool.
Because it's bright
Um,
pink with a little bit of green in it.
yeah. Whereas, like on my screen, it's like bright yellow or something.
So yeah, but
Vargas trying to get past Gorecki,
I know
the
it's.
BMW.
And can we say like Gurecki is a back marker?
Yes.
Um, so something I think needs to be clarified. Blue flags in GT3 and GT4 racing are not the same as Formula 1 flags. Formula 1 flags, you get 3 blue flags and you must let the car through regardless. Blue flag in this kind of racing means move over when it's safe to do so, or allow the car past when it's safe to do so. You can stay on the racing line and the other car, faster car, has to go round you, but you must make some kind of indication of what you're going to do. Otherwise, we end up with cars crashing into the back of them. So,
Almost as if they're trying to go into the pits. Right,
but
Vetka and Wiesenberg are looking to close that gap. I'm sure it's closing. My eyes cannot be deceiving me. But
uh,
Varga is running away.
I was going to
Looking
say
to be
the
Varga.
closest competitor was 5.1 seconds in her last lap. So, I mean,
Yeah,
Vetka's done just under 2 seconds faster a lap in the last lap.
he's just absolutely on it. To be honest, that was a thought. His last lap there was 1:28.8.
And he's
Wow,
already,
that's
yeah,
almost half a second faster than our race leader.
he can just about see the pink Porsche. I mean, you can see the pink Porsche from space, but he can at times on the track. I've always said this. I think when you can see part of your competitor, I think it gives you an extra tenth on track because it just gives you that motivation that you can see them now.
Oh, for sure, definitely. And in real life as well, I mean, I know from past experiences, when you see somebody that you're trying to chase down, it's a lot easier to chase on a track. It's a lot of people think, oh yeah, once you get into the front, it's head down, go. It's actually a lot easier to see it because the psychology behind it and the mindset you have is so much more. It helps you and it helps sort of almost propulse you to catch up to that competitor ahead. And once you've got your eye on them, you can see where they're braking, you can see where they're accelerating, you can see their lines, and that over time, helps you to catch up closer to them.
That it's almost as if Rio reads my mind. I have been saying this for about 18 months now.
18
About
months, you met me for 2 hours.
I know. There's a McLaren just managed to get off the racing line there at the middle chicane. But it is about studying, about trying to find out what line your competitors taking compared to yours, and where you're faster. You're faster into the corner. You're faster out the corner. And things like that. You should always be analysing everything that you can to gain any kind of advantage.
Oh, for sure. I mean, racing is all about trying to get that advantage over your competitors, and it's yeah, if you didn't have that advantage on people, well, it wouldn't be a race. It'd
Yeah,
just be look everyone going around evenly, and it's definitely some people will be faster at some sections. I mean, you saw in qualifying one of the guys that went pole only was fastest in one of the sectors.
yep.
It's it's completely different. Some sectors are fast flowing, which means it can suit one person's driving style, but some of them could be like Monaco, for instance, where it's very slow and you know it just suits other people,
Yeah,
and it
absolutely.
just by seeing where other people and what they do, and like you say, studying and oh, there's a car off. I don't know what that was there. Just saw Wiesenberger went past him. If you go back there 15 seconds ish on Wiesenberg,
Yep.
there was a car off the track. Briefly saw it. There we go. Couldn't see who that was, sadly. I'm sure there was definitely one, and I think there was a yellow flag, maybe. I'm not too sure.
Just following him round on the replay as we speak. Oh yeah, that was is that one of the DMF Ferraris by the looks
I'm
of it.
pretty sure it was. Yes, it was, yeah. Maybe in Cortini.
OS
Or,
Racing
or was it Larocco?
on
I think it was.
Twitch. Good afternoon, Toga. Apologies again for being late for yet another race, though I'm here now. No apologies needed, my friend. Good to see you in the chat.
As long as we have. Well, even if we don't have people, we'll still be enjoying this racing.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
every single person counts, so we do appreciate you shopping in for however long you stay.
We are watching Khan, who's in P14 at the moment, in a 95 BMW, absolutely casting a shadow on the Lamborghini, as the Lambo has to go mid-track to try and cut off any kind of move. A huge lot of oversteer on the power from the BMW, which plays into the Lambo's hands a little bit, but just not able to get past as yet, and he needs to be careful because he's got two other BMWs who will happily take that place for him.
So we're having a little check on again for Varga. Last lap there was a 1:29.5 for Vedka down in second position. I say down in second. He's there and he's in. Oh, if you actually look at it, Vedka is fairly close to Varga.
So I think Varga had a back marker into the first chicane.
I think so, but as you can see there between them, who's that back marker there? That's Luigi. He potentially, Vedka just needs to get past him as fast as he can to try and catch up to Varga. Wiesenberg in that Porsche as well, also looking to catch up.
OS Racing, thanks so much for your tier 1 subscribe on Twitch. Swab's Delight, what is the minimum pit stop time? It's basically a control pit stop time, so the minimum would be 30 seconds, and that gives you fuel and tyres. Wiesenberg is breathing down the neck of Vetka now. He's sensing this P2 could be his.
Potentially, I mean, the laps are showing. I mean, Wiesenberg's last lap was a 1:29.1. Vedka's last lap was a 1:29.7. That is a monumental difference in lap times, 6/10.
And the
still the fastest lap is Martin Varga.
Martin Varga. I was going to say Vetka had Varga was 1 second faster than Vetka in the last lap as well. So I wonder, they're trading times at the moment, but I wonder if the back markers are really starting to cause issues about trying to get a good run at their opponents.
I think so. I mean, it's not handy to have a human roadblock in the way. And it's definitely not helping and making the times faster, but hey, we'll have to see.
That's a beautiful livery on Luca Bartolami, the red wave.
Oh, I know, right?
Poor Rio is looking at a black. Oh no! Oh my goodness!
Oh, Varga!
Wow!
That Mustang was not rolling over.
Oh my heart!
Hey.
Steering me!
Wow!
That was one way of taking the chicane.
Tell you what, Vetka has now gained that now, and Vetka and Wiesenberg are definitely catching up. You can see in the background though, Schmidt is also making some distance. We've still got just under 22 minutes remaining of this race. Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I presume this race is, as in karting anyway, a certain time and then it's +1 lap?
No, so if the leader basically goes over just as it goes to 0, that's it finished.
Wow, okay, that's fine, yeah.
So normally it is.
Yeah, that was sneaky and very dangerous. Almost as the back marker went to the inside there, Vetka briefly followed him and then continued to snake across back to the racing line for the chicane.
Yep, just saw that in the replay there. Vetka has got a penalty, 5-second penalty. That's
that will change quite a lot. That'll put him down to P4.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look what specifically car 19. That was causing a collision with a slower car. I wonder if that was the pit stop.
Essentially, that was that there.
Yeah. lap 26.
Yeah.
So 2 laps ago. Really sorry about folk on TikTok. Sorry, I'm trying to get so many windows open. It is PC only. We are a PC only community. If you are on PC, you have ACC or LMU or iRacing, go to our description. It's got a Discord link. Follow us on SimGrid, and you can sign up for any races. It is PC only at the moment, unfortunately. Apologies for not keeping up with the chat there.
Now, for all the viewers out there, I just want to make something very clear. When you listen to us commentate and you think, the first thing that goes into mind is these guys are a little bit odd. I mean, me to say the least, sort of, but I just want to make it clear that I have joined this server. I've been in the server for less than a week. Okay. I've watched one race live as a viewer. That was on Friday, I think it was. And come Wednesday, I'm a commentator for this. Opportunities do happen. You can come here if you don't even want to race. You can join apply to join the team. You know, we've got great training courses here, I'm sure that, and all these things happen. So even if you aren't interested in being on the track side of things, you can be behind the screens, you can be behind the marshals, and it is very interesting to see what it's like behind the scenes. Sorry, back to you.
No, not at all. Wiesenberg has basically swapped places. Wiesenberg was smelling P2, he now has it. It was a mistake from Vetka on the middle chicane. It caused him to go off, and that was a big moment for Vetka. He's going to have to try and fight this back. Plus, he's got the 5-second penalty to deal with as well. OS Racing on Twitch. Happy to be here, guys. Update for us at OS. We're another step closer to participating. We're getting our own liveries and such set up. We've got a console section up as well. The existing PC section. Hopefully we'll be racing by the end of February, start of March. For those unaware of who we are at OS Racing, we've been brewing in the background for a couple of months now, waiting to explode on track. Can't wait to see you guys on track. Cannot wait. Huge congratulations, take another step forward.
I don't know if that was a plug-in or you're reading a comment or something.
No, I was reading a comment, which was a plug, so it was a kind of win-win for everybody.
Oh, there we go then. Back to the action though. We've had that there, the little ad break. Varga's last one there was 1:29.4, 4/10 faster than Wiesenberg, who's in second position. Varga is the fastest man on track still. Wiesenberg's fastest lap is a 1:28.7. He's split the difference between Vetka and Varga. It's coming down soon. You know, 17 minutes, just over 17 minutes remaining, and it's still anyone's really. More so towards Varga, he's looking to be absolutely dominant, but Wiesenberg and Vetka can still be here. I mean, what was it? Vetka, 5-second penalty. That'll put him down to 4th in the overall standings, but that'll put him down to 3rd in his category, the amateur category.
It's a hefty penalty when the racing is so close with each other. I think Vetka really is trying to push that Porsche along almost each time, and it looks like certainly Wiesenberg managed to get through the chicane a little bit better by the looks of it. Swabs, is live timing available anywhere? Just on here, we don't run pit wall, I think it's called. We don't run that.
Pretty sure it is, yes.
Yeah.
Pit wall.
So this is where you're going to see the live timing, certainly for wherever we are. So top 23 at the moment, you're going to see. But if you have someone that you're watching and you want to know where they are and they're not appearing on screen, let us know and we'll have a look for you and show you.
I'd just like to point out, yes, he's been lapped, but Stanek has made 13 positions this race.
Wow.
That is something. Wiesenberg, 5 positions. Now, that is less than Stanek, but Wiesenberg started, what, P7?
Yep.
That is, like, really good. That is amazing for the level of competition we have at the top of the grid here.
Yeah, absolutely. Davida, thank you so much for your Prime subscribe. 6 months in total over on Twitch. Very much appreciated, my friend. Lots of love to
Davida,
you.
what a man. Very nice.
And I have to say, Davida and one of our other drivers, Peter Romeo, was it season 6? You guys were fighting each other, cat and dog, for lap upon lap, race upon race. These guys are now so lightning quick. Season 5, apologies, just amazing drivers. So to have someone who has been here, done it, got the t-shirt, and is now competitively a lot quicker, it's just great to see that kind of love in the chat.
What's this? Got the T-shirt? I've got to hear about this.
It's just a phrase. There is no t-shirt. Well, there is a t-shirt, but it's just a Toga Racing t-shirt with VM Tech on the back. I do have one of them, and I've also got one of the Toga Esports.
I was eyeing them up today.
I have to say, and I know it is a bit of a biased opinion, but it's not a biased opinion. The quality of t-shirts is amazing. This thing has been washed so many times. It's honestly, it's been worn all the time. So,
oh my! Gabriel Schmidt takes the fastest lap. It's a 1:28.4.
What is going on? And he's
near the end of the race as well. How is he getting faster? His pit was laps ago.
I wonder, is he getting an aerodynamic toe? He looks too far away to be getting anything.
If he gets too close, he'll be getting dirty air.
Yeah, absolutely. And it must be causing chaos. But 2 CRF cars are absolutely on the ball. Yeah, 128.4. And let's face it, they've done 33 laps. That's...
Jeez.
Wow. That is absolutely amazing. Just a very quick plug as well. Thank you so much to Davide, who is part owner of VM Tech, who sponsored our esports and various other things. Davide also is an amazing coach. I have had his coaching lessons, and he has taken seconds off of my time within half an hour. I am not joking. So there you go. But yeah, Wiesenberg really is a cork in a bottle, to steal one of Martin Brundle's quotes here. P2 could be anybody's at the moment, I think.
Well, we're seeing here Vetka taking just a small look up the inside there, decides to switch it back in, but he's all over the back of that Porsche. And here's Schmidt as well. This is what we wanted to see. It's... Wiesenberg!
Oh my goodness!
Oh wow, that was something. Schmidt looks for the inside. Oh, and it's disaster for Wiesenberg, but absolute amazing delight here for Vetka and Schmidt. They've just taken Wiesenberg.
Can I just coin a phrase here? Porsche doing Porsche things.
Yes, Porsche doing Porsche things, exactly. But then again, Porsche doing Porsche things. Like P1.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
P1 and running away,
if you can tame that beast, then you are a far better man than I am. Zend on TikTok, if you join us on Discord or go into SimGrid, I think it's simgrid.com possibly. Search for
.co.uk, I'm pretty sure.
That's the one, thank you. Simgrid.co.uk, search for Toga Space Motorsport. Follow us, go into any of the championships, and it'll have the Discord link. Join the Discord, and you can sign up to any of the championships that aren't already running. The rookies is so popular, it gets filled up within hours. We're not talking days or weeks, hours it gets filled up. So have a look. We have loads of different races going on. It'd be great to see you in there, Zen. Thank you so much.
Here we are then. Schmidt is still the fastest man on track with that 128.4, an absolutely amazing lap. Martin Varga. His last lap there was a 129.5, with Vetka being faster with a 29.2. Good laps by those drivers here.
It's interesting, Wiesenberg is now dropping off the back of Schmidt. and these two McLarens. So it does show that Wiesenberg, and I'm not being derogatory here, but was holding them up. I was talking about the cork in the bottle, and I don't know, maybe Jasper's confidence has been knocked with that oversteer
Snatch
moment.
of oversteer there.
Yeah. But again, Porsche doing Porsche things. Yeah, I mean, like you say, P1 and P2, 129.2. Can we say to Van Hoff, who's in P7 at the moment, a 129.7? He was 2/10 off of the last lap of the leader there, and he is in P7 at the moment.
That is very good things. I have a feeling like Van Hoff may potentially, as much as I hate to say it, may potentially catch up to that Toga Academy driver.
But he does have a 5-second penalty though, so that...
that's true, yeah.
As does Josh Wood in P5. But that's not going to harm him in any way. Matt Picorni is 13 seconds behind Josh Wood, so that's not going to make any blind bit of difference. Yeah, I mean, Vetka is throwing the laps in, but just not enough. Swab's Delight on YouTube, yeah, it's not the long corners. He basically went a bit wide into the long right-hander before the first chicane, and I think he tried to pull it off the gravel too much and ended up with a little bit of oversteer as he punched the throttle. OS Hutch on Twitch, another member of OS here. You're working with the console side. We're looking for console drivers of any skill, but a lot of work is going in at the moment. OS Hutch, can you go onto our TikTok page, onto our live, and put that comment in there, because I think there's some console drivers in our TikTok live just now. That would help you out a lot.
It benefits so many people. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Bortolami into the pits from P26. Ethan Davis hasn't moved out. I think that Jag was untamable in the Zolder.
Yeah, I agree there.
Oh no!
Who is that with?
Porsche.
Oh, who's gone off there? Was that Baz? Was that Baz?
It looks like, yeah, Bass, I think.
Oh.
Wow, that was a Porsche on Porsche moment. Yeah. So that was unfortunate.
Just sending it up the inside there, got a bit impatient and just tagged him.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is really... That was just a bit of frustration there, I think. I wonder if that's going to result in a penalty. That will definitely change it all around.
It is. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, could Wiesenberg maybe... I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I think, in my opinion, from what I saw, and I haven't saw the replay, I think Wiesenberg should have backed off slightly. I know he's chasing down Schmidt, but the back marker clearly was taking the racing line and wasn't going to yield. So, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I would see it. I saw it briefly there, only briefly, and then I looked back, and what I saw was, Baz turning in, and Wiesenberg just got impatient, like you say, trying to chase down Schmidt. We get, yes, he is trying to get that podium position there on his class for the amateurs, but it comes at a cost.
It does.
And it potentially that could pay heavy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And potentially Josh Wood could get up there.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. It's maybe a little bit of red mist descended there, and that's what happened. But he continues on. He has, he's a racer at the end of the day. He'll just need to deal with whatever comes at the end. Can I say we have two drivers who have not completed a valid pit? That's Cousin down in P19 and La Roca in P22 have not completed a valid pit stop. They will get heavily punished by the game, not by the stewards. I can't remember if it's 360 seconds or it's something ridiculous anyway.
Wow.
In fact, Bass has now got a drive-through. That must be for track limits, I'm assuming, unless he's come into the pits and been speeding.
Potentially, yeah, that sounds more like it. Maybe it was when Wiesenberg went up the inside. He obviously had to go off the track.
Yep.
Got hit around. Maybe he did a risky rejoin and just triggered that drive through there with the track limits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Schmidt still with that fastest lap to 28.4. His last lap there was a 29.2. Still faster than Varga.
He is.
Varga is hitting those
Yep.
consistent 29.7s.
And it just goes to show, I mean, Vetka is 1.7 behind Varga, but he just can't get that 1.5 seconds he needs to try and get past or get onto the back bumper.
I would be so incredibly annoyed. Oh, who's that there? Everyone had a bit of contact back there.
Oh! Was that with Schmidt, maybe? Or was that with the Aston?
No, that was with an Aston, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
There's a Beechstein Aston that's just been passed, so it must have been
There
some
you
kind of
go.
contact.
Must have been. I have no idea what there. I just saw it happen in the distance, and yeah, no, I didn't really pay attention, so I couldn't say who was at fault or what happened there, but it looked to be a back marker, just maybe potentially coming onto the track at the wrong time or drifted wide.
Yep. George, how you doing over on YouTube? Swabs, is Wiesenberg fighting with understeer in the long corner? Sorry, I've answered that one already. But if you look at the next lap, Wiesenberg has to take a different line through turn 3 to get it rotated. His corner exit looks slow compared to Schmidt. I think he's battling. I don't know if his tyres are gone or the contact that was made has caused some kind of aerodynamic issue.
Maybe.
Yeah, just trying to have a look at the front of the Porsche. It doesn't look badly beaten up. It was a gentle kiss, I think, is the best way of describing it. But
there's slight rubbing marks there, which is obviously from the contact earlier. But
wow,
you know,
I've just got a view of down the pit, down
me
the stop.
too. Wow, it's like 3 wide, Varga straight through the middle. He does not care at all. He is on a mission,
wow.
and he knows that Vetka's coming.
Yeah, he does, absolutely. I mean, Vetka is taking 2/10 out in the last lap, but again, that could be down to Varga getting stuck behind traffic. Wiesenberg really on the back bumper of Schmidt now. This is playing into his hands. Is he going to try and snatch P3 out the jaws of P2?
And you're looking for the inside. Oh no, it was just a slight bit of a sort of play the baby.
Yeah.
You know, and sort of just trying to sell the dummy a bit. Wiesenberg, I think he's just planning his move on Schmidt, you know.
Yeah.
Schmidt is the fastest lap holder. Oh, Schmidt coming out of that chicane all loosey-goosey. The back end really stepped out on him there, and he did very, very well to catch it. I will tell you that. Wow. I don't know if you saw that there.
Yeah, just looking at it just now. Yeah.
That was a brilliant save.
That was pretty incredible. Again, McLaren doing McLaren things. Some would say Vetka is now under 1 second behind Varga. Varga has got a 296 ahead.
I'm gonna say it. I don't want to curse it, but Vetka.
Wiesenberg is side by side. Wiesenberg takes P3 at the moment. They are side by side going into turn 1. It looks like Wiesenberg is going to take this. Can he keep it in the track limits? He can.
Pretty simple move there, but Schmidt all over his rear end coming into turn 2. It's that right-hander. We know that Wiesenberg had a bit of trouble here. Schmidt's looking for that inside. Schmidt alongside him, but here we are now. Yet again, it's another right-hander. Schmidt's got that inside. Can Wiesenberg around the outside? He goes onto the grass, onto the marbles, and Schmidt takes his position back, but I don't know whether that'll be anything. Oh, Wiesenberg is stuck now between.
Oh, there was actually
Cortini,
contact.
There was, yes,
yeah,
along the outside there. Slight bit of contact. I think it just drifted wide.
The action.
But as we look a bit further up the field, it's 4/10 between Varga and Vetka. We could have. I don't want to say it, but we could potentially have a last lap battle. 1 minute 30 on the clock. Of basically 2 laps.
Yep. We've got
2 laps. An estimate, a guesstimate of 2 laps remaining.
And Varga, is now catching the 296. He didn't seem to be gaining anything on the 296, but he has now, as he is using every part of that track to his advantage in the legal term. So he is actually on the last lap. This is the last lap of the race. No time left. So I think Vetka has to hope for some catastrophe with the back markers, but as we've seen, Varga has been quite positive when dealing with back markers as he's looking to go round the outside.
The more he spends behind that back marker, though,
Yeah, he
Vetka is
is.
catching more, and he is looking and he's hungry for the back of that Porsche. It's the last lap now, 30 seconds to go on the clock.
Oh, that Ferrari doesn't know what it's in the middle of. It really doesn't.
Oh
Oh
no, has
no.
no idea.
He doesn't know that he is making or breaking this last ditch
Oh,
attempt.
Vetka. If I was Vetka, I'd be very annoyed right now.
Yeah, oh no, the Ferrari's lost it. Oh,
So it's
wow.
Vetka there.
I actually
There's
think
been no mistakes from Varga, no challenges, just pure dominance. This has been absolutely amazing so far from him. He is looking to win it here.
This is crazy.
The clock struck 0. We're coming down now.
One left.
It's the
one
final
right.
chicane. It's the right. Varga takes the checker flag and wins here once more. It's Varga, starting on the front row, finishing on the front row. He takes the win here today, with Vetka just that close behind. Schmidt is looking to take third position, followed by Wiesenberg and Joshua Wood.
Can I just say Vetka gets demoted to P3 and Schmidt
Oh, he does
promoted
as
to
well.
P2 by 0.4 of a second. That's painful. Map Corney, take your hat off, sir. P6, what a race. Josh Wood. Somehow Josh Wood is showing as P5. Has he returned to pits already?
No idea.
He's now disappeared, so he's maybe disconnected. But what an absolute race.
The most positions gained there was Cousin. He gained 15 positions.
Wow.
That is incredible. Schmidt took the fastest lap of the race and P2 after penalties, just as we saw there with Wiesenberg. P4, that Porsche of Vargas truly did miracles here today.
Absolutely outstanding job from all drivers. The first thing I want to say is anyone who's driving in the World Tour Series, hang your head in shame because these rookies and these AMs didn't have one red flag. That's 2 races now without one red flag. The World Tour drivers, hang your head in shame. You had 2 red flags. So yeah, that's kind of showed you what you should be doing.
Yeah, they're setting a standard here in the lower division, but
Yep,
hey,
absolutely.
let's hope for it on our next round for them. That's this Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
It is this Friday, indeed. Yes, OS Racing love the racing between these guys. Vetka and Varga doing great work. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. Swabs on YouTube. Varga has done a mega job of driving his laps, getting safe through traffic. Yeah, and I think sometimes, I don't know about you, Rio, but sometimes if you are positive and confident coming up to a back marker and just pick what you're doing, it actually works better for you than being unsure.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It requires a very level-minded and a level-headed mindset to get past back markers in a quite a fluent way. It spans from real life to the simulation that we have nowadays, and it's most of racing is now psychological. It's all of your mindset and how you think and how you act, and that's it definitely is a key factor in how you race. And we just saw today that Varga he's coping well under pressure, leading the race from almost the get-go.
Yeah.
And stuck with it. Made his way through the back markers, kept his nose out of trouble, and I hate to say it, but he was practically gone until the last lap where we had a little bit of excitement with Vetka. But
absolutely outstanding. I loved every second of that race, and we can actually go to our race winner to speak to him. So let's say hello to Mr. Martin Varga. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Can I say why have you got a red mark beside your car number? Why is that not silver?
I have no idea.
It's okay. I'm only pulling your leg. An amazing race. You dealt with pretty much everything that you could probably deal with. You had an amazing start. Like, what happened? Did you just
Well,
get a better start?
I'll be honest. It was so close to being
Oh,
speeding.
oh dear.
I think I was just half a kilometre per hour off it
Ooh.
because I went 72, let
Uh,
off, and it just went back to 69
I,
as it went green, and I
I,
just
yeah,
floored it, braked
I,
as late as possible, and swooped around the outside.
I absolutely hate moments like that where you hold your breath to see if there's a red penalty comes up beside your name. But racing
I'm
is all about
sorry.
limits.
I've just got a question for Martin, mate. What was your mindset going into that final lap? Seeing
Uh,
Vitska behind you, like,
I wasn't that worried because Wegger wouldn't have fought me because he was more focused on trying to get the podium. He had the penalty, and Wiesenberg was still in attack range of taking the podium off him. So if he started fighting me for the win, he possibly could have lost the win. Lost
mm,
the win and the podium.
oh wow, that's yeah, you're really on the strategy there, mate. No, it's that was. Thank you for that. Yeah, that's great.
The
Matt, you got anything to ask him?
I mean, did you find the any of the was there a period of time because there was one at one point our camera changed to the end of the start finish straight and it was just a sea of cars three wide and you were just in the middle. Like, was there at any point you thought, am I going to make it round this corner?
I was ruining the lap cars because I genuinely thought I was going to get murdered by one. Luckily, most of them let me through. Some of them had a bit of an awkward one, but
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
still got round them. And
yeah,
it's just what it is. This track is small. There's not a lot of overtaking opportunities. You have to get lucky with the lap cars. And I think I was more lucky than talented with the lap cars.
That's quite humble of you to say. I mean, 43 laps. You know, your pit stop was perfect. But can I just say you didn't get the fastest lap?
I am aware. I on my second still, I just couldn't push anymore. I think the car was having enough of it.
Yeah.
And on the first still, I was mostly trying to just keep a big enough gap to the Beamer
Hmm.
because he
mm,
was flashing me a lot because he wanted to get through. But I was just not having it. At one point, he went for it into chicane, and I managed to hold it around the outside and stay ahead.
Yep. You did absolutely. I sensed. I didn't. I saw it in at Laguna, but I sensed there was more confidence in the way you were driving tonight. I said it earlier on where you were sticking your car with confidence and um with zest that when it was coming up to back markers you were basically saying, no, I'm going here, you decide what you're going to do. You know,
the
did
authority.
did you feel you had a bit more confidence in this
Uh,
race?
yeah, I will be honest. The thing that helped me the most was the new wheel and pedals.
Oh, nice.
Because
Nice.
I could feel the car moving a lot more. I could feel what the brakes were doing and the
Okay.
throttle. So I had more control over the car mid corner. And
Yep.
I basically was nailing the exit. I only got 2 warnings the whole race.
That is good going.
And I
Yeah.
Very
think
good.
it was minor. It
Yeah.
was just over by an inch.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
You certainly will. I mean, you just did an amazing race today. What pedals and wheel have you got?
Mozart 9 and
Oh my god.
CRP 2.
Did Hayden talk you into getting a Moser?
Actually, I already
Oh,
decided
had you?
months
That
ago
okay?
myself.
That's okay. As long as Hayden didn't pressure you into it, that's fine.
No, I was firmly on there for myself.
Nice, right, Martin? Thank you so much. Congratulations again, and enjoy what's left of your evening.
well
Thank
done,
you.
Martin,
Have a
mate.
good evening.
Cheers. Right, I'm going to bring Mr. Jack Vetk into this. If you want to have a little chat with him, Rio.
Yeah. All right, Jack, mate.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, actually.
Oh, that's really good to hear, man. You drove absolutely brilliantly there.
Thank you. It
Yeah,
was an exciting race.
yeah. So start to finish. I mean, what was that? Five positions by you? You gained?
Well, I don't know. I think I qualified P4, so yeah, not. I'm pretty sure I qualified P4, yeah, so one position.
Two positions overall.
Two positions,
Yeah.
yeah.
Two positions. Ah, right, yeah. Oh, that was very good. Very good driving there. What were you thinking on the last lap there as you were slowly creeping up to Varga?
Oh, I wasn't worried about Martin. I was worried about Wiesenberg behind.
Ah, right.
I was worried about him getting outside my 5-second penalty zone.
Yes. Yeah. Well, in the end, that was what was it? 4/10.
I think it was 4/10 between me and Chowie, and him getting position. I think Wiesenberg messed up the final corner and lost a lot to me.
Yeah, that was yeah, there was a very excitable last lap for us. We were on the edge of our sheet. We were on the edge of our seats, trying to sort of almost edging you guys to sort of maybe battle. But it's the strategy in the end of the day, and you were two different categories of racing, so
Yeah.
it was smart. How did your did you get a glimpse of the carnage into the pits by a lot of the rookies?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, you should have seen it. It was absolutely mental.
Guess I have a reason to watch the stream back then.
I guess you do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It was chaos, I think is the best way of describing it. But yeah, I mean, Rio has said it all. You drove well. The laps you were punching in were just phenomenal. So yeah, you should be quite happy with yourself.
Very proud.
Are you lined up for the race next week? Will you be taking part?
I will be taking part, yeah.
Nice. What's Brands Hatch like
Very
for
good.
you?
Well, it's usually a good track, but I don't know what the BOP of the McLaren. I heard it's pretty bad, so I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah. I'm sure there'll be plenty of practice before then for you. So, listen, Jack, thanks very much. Great race again. It was an absolute pleasure commentating on it. So, thank you.
Yep, thank you as well for hosting this. See you guys.
No problem at all. Thanks, Jack.
Yep. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Right, we have CRF Batman. Let's find out what Batman thought of this entire thing. Does he speak with a Batman voice?
I hope he does.
No, certainly
come
not.
on!
Oh, come on, you got to.
I built that up to be so good for you there. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm still a bit sick.
So sorry, I'm not sure. Who is it that I'm talking to?
It's Gabriel Schmidt.
Oh,
P2.
Oh, Schmidt.
Can I say?
Hats off to you.
What a race!
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Did you have time to enjoy it?
Oh, I had time to enjoy it, but the last few laps were a bit bad for me. I did a lot of mistakes. Wiesenberg was right behind me, and I tried everything to stay there to get P2 because of Jack's penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hand this over to Rio. I'm sure he's got some cracking questions to ask.
Well, I don't know about that, but the one thing I will ask is, how did you personally find getting past all those back markers? I mean, you first came across them, I think, about halfway through the race, maybe even before that. How did you keep your level-headed, working your way past it and through the field?
Well, I was just staying calm. I hoped for the best. Some people actually moved for me, but others were a bit harder to overtake. I mean, it was alright, but I never really had to crash with a back marker, so it was alright for me.
Yeah, we saw, I think it was Wiesenberger. I'm pretty sure he had a bit of contact with the back marker at some point going into, I think it was T1, wasn't it, Mac?
Yep.
And yeah, that definitely slowed him down. You made his way through. It was a good race, that. I think, yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Enjoyed it, but I didn't really enjoy my race start. I only lost my car, but I saved it.
Oh, well, that's the main thing, isn't it? Are you going to be racing next week?
Yeah, I will probably race next week.
That's good. That's good.
He says it so calmly, doesn't he? Yeah, I might. You know, I might.
Yeah, maybe. You know,
Can I
like another podium.
exactly? Can I say on the first race at Laguna, I named you my driver of the day because you had an outstanding race, regardless of everything that was happening. You just fought, and today you did an outstanding job again. You did feature on driver of the day. You were fourth out of all the votes from the viewers for driver of the day, so that's not bad going for 2 races.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, it doesn't give you anything. You know, Hayden is unfortunately quite tight with the purse strings. So, but you know, it's you know, you can say, you know, commentator
Bragging
Mark
rights.
that actually, you know, gave me driver of the day. So, listen, thanks very much for the race, and it's been a pleasure commentating on this race tonight. And good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Bye.
Right.
Right. Well, I'm out of breath and can't believe 1 hour passed so quickly. That was
Yeah.
that
That was monumental, and I'll definitely be back for more. It's you've got me wrapped in this.
I got him hooked. We've got him hooked. From me personally, I'm going to let Rio finish off tonight's stream. But personally, from me, firstly, to all of the subscribers and followers, Planet Gaz, thank you for the follow over on Twitch whilst we're doing the interviews there. Mank and Mitchell, great to see you in the chat, and everybody on TikTok as well. Your love and support is what keeps this going, and please make sure you give it a thumbs up, a follow, a subscribe, whatever it is that you do. Thank you so much, and I just want to say a huge congratulations to Rio, because that was probably one of the best debut commentaries I have heard in 18 months. So
Wow.
from me, very, very proud. Just shows that I made the right decision bringing Rio on, and I have no doubt you guys will be tuning in again to listen to his commentary. So thank you, Rio, for an outstanding evening, and
Of course.
I'll leave it with you to close the stream.
Right, well, thank you very much for everyone who tuned in. Your support means everything. If you enjoyed today's stream, don't forget to hit that follow button so you can see more things coming in the future from Toga. Until next time, stay fast, stay focused, and we'll see you on the grid.